For today's cup of coffee, I have an article. It's a science article that I find highly disturbing, but there's a lot of things within these science communities worldwide that I find disturbing, because apparently we have people that have a different understanding of ethics, and then we have some that have just flat out rejected ethics. This comes from Daily Mail and is by Matthew Phelan and was July 24th of 2023. A team of Australian scientists collaborating across academia and private industry have just received a 3-year grant to weaponize their, I don't know why he chose that word, I don't know that I would have picked that, their work growing brain cell cultures that are capable of communicating with machines. Over the past 2 years, the team has already succeeded in teaching a brain cell culture of approximately 800,000 neurons how to successfully play the 1970s video game Pong from its petri dish. The $600,000 grant, which isn't much by today's standards, was awarded by the Australian government's military and intelligence communities and will be managed by the Australian Research Council. One of the Pong's project's co-researchers, theoretical neuroscientist Carl Friston, put it last October, quote, "The beautiful and pioneering aspect of this work rests on equipping the neurons with sensations, the feedback," end quote. Friston said in a press statement, the brain culture has been given, quote, "the ability to act on their world." Remarkably, the cultures learned how to make their world more predictable by acting upon it. This is remarkable because you cannot teach this kind of self-organization simply because, unlike a pet, these mini brains have no sense of reward and punishment, end quote. Yes, one more thing that we need that is, a sociopath. The new project furthering this technology will be led by psychologist Andel Razzie at Australia's Monash University, where Razzie also heads the school's computational neuroscience laboratory. The research has been done in partnership with Melbourne, Australia-based startup Cortical Labs, as well as the University of College London, where Friston is based. Though the National Intelligence and Security Discovery Research Grants Program, Australia's Office of National Intelligence and its Department of Defense National Security Science and Technology Center award up to $18 million in high-tech grants each year. It must be some kind of universal law that if it's affiliated with any kind of government, it's got a title that is just stupid. Notably, the $600,000 AUD grant awarded to these researchers is at the highest end of those awards, which range from $400,000 to $600,000 per grant. The team's proof of concept success teaching their brain cell culture to play Pong was first made public in December of 2021, a breakthrough that came faster than any computer-based AI has proven capable of. Cortical Labs Chief Scientific Officer Brent Kagan told New Scientist that month, quote, "The amazing aspect is how quickly it learns in 5 minutes in real time," end quote. The fastest that a purely silicon-based computer AI could manage was 90 minutes to get a handle on playing Pong. Kagan said, quote, "That's really an amazing thing that biology can do," end quote. Yes, because humans are humans and machines are machines. The researchers at Monash University and Cortical Labs have named their brain culture of cortical neurons, which is grown on top of an array of computer-linked microelectrodes, dish brain. As Kagan put it, quote, "We think it's fair to call them cyborg brains," end quote. Lovely. From the virtual world where Pong is being played, the electrodes feeds help the mini brains learn how to operate the virtual paddle. While playing Pong, patterns of activity across the neurons are determined by the mini brains as the paddle moving left or right. Kagan said, quote, "We often refer to them as living in the matrix. When they are in the game, they believe they are the paddle," end quote. With their new research funding, to judge from Razi's statements via Monash University, the group hopes to revolutionize not just computing, but whole swaths of the digital economy by advancing dish brain. Razi said, quote, "The outcomes of such research would have significant implications across multiple fields such as, but not limited to, planning, robotics, advanced automation, brain-machine interfaces, and drug discovery, giving Australia a significant strategic advantage," end quote. Speaking as the project leader, Razi believed that the Australians' national security sector favored their brain cell computer interface project because they see its potential across many areas where traditional AI is failing or too sluggish to advance. Because, they always going to say it's for national security. Razi said, quote, "Self-driving vehicles, fully autonomous drones, and more symbiotic wearable devices will require a new type of machine intelligence that is able to learn throughout its lifetime. This new technology capability in the future may eventually surpass the performance of existing purely silicon-based hardware." I think this should, frighten everyone, because these people are off the chain. They really are. It's just insane. And it's like you take bits and pieces and parts of humans, and because they're not directly connected to the bits and pieces and parts of the whole, it's still a part of a human. And they're just doing shit that should not be done. It's like, no, stop it. Somebody tell them, stop playing God. Stop playing mad scientist. It's disturbing. And it keeps rolling downhill, doesn't it, folks? If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, weird science, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address is there in the description box, as will the link to the article be. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's always good for you to share our pirate radio channel here with a 1.5 mile radius with others. It's always a good thing. Why not? Why not have others to be, let them ponder as they sip their coffees or what have you. Know that you are very loved, and Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.